All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Sarabjit Kaur and with me is Sunil Verma. The headlines. Monsoon session of Parliament to witness many first-time measures in view of COVID-19. Government says Corona warriors will be the first ones to get vaccine after its launch. Mizoram government announces total lockdown within the municipal area of Aizawl till 21st August. High-speed 4G mobile internet services restored in Gandarbal and Udhampur districts of Jammu and Kashmir on trial basis. Indian Railways constructing the world's tallest pier bridge across river Ijai in Manipur. Israel and UAE start direct telephone services between the two countries. And IMD issues red alert for extremely heavy rainfall in Pune and Satara districts of Maharashtra. Monsoon session of Parliament will witness many first-time measures in view of COVID-19. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu and Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla have decided to use the chambers and galleries of both the houses for enabling the monsoon session under the prevailing restrictions. Mr. Naidu directed to ensure all arrangements to be in place by the third week of this month for testing, rehearsal and final inspection. Rajya Sabha Secretariat has been working overtime for the last 2 weeks to ensure full preparedness by the third week of this month for the coming session. As per the arrangements, Rajya Sabha Chamber and Galleries and Lok Sabha Chamber will be used for seating the members of the House during the monsoon session. This includes 60 members in the chamber and 51 in the galleries of Rajya Sabha, leaving out the first row as per the social distancing norm. The remaining 132 in the chamber of Lok Sabha, various parties will be allotted seats in the chamber and galleries of Rajya Sabha based on respective strength, and the remaining will be seated in the chamber of Lok Sabha in two blocks meant for ruling parties and the others. Rajya Sabha Chairman has also directed the Secretariat officials to minimize the need for the members to physically handle various papers by ensuring necessary arrangements. Minister of State for Health Ashwani Kumar Chaubey has said that Corona warriors will be the first ones to get the vaccine after its launch. He said 3 Corona vaccines are at various stages of testing and scientists are working hard for their success. Mr. Chaubey hailed the National Digital Health Mission unveiled by the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, in his address to the nation on the Independence Day. The minister said this is a historic decision for the country's health sector and will bring widespread change in the field of health. Mr. Modi unveiled the ambitious National Digital Health Mission under which every Indian will get a health ID that will ease access to medical services.
नेशनल डिजिटल हेल्थ मिशन उसका भी आरंभ किया जा रहा है। भारत के हेल्थ सेक्टर में ये एक नई क्रांति ले आएगा। इलाज में आने वाली परेशानियां कम करने के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी का बहुत सुविचारित रूप से उपयोग होगा। प्रत्येक भारतीय को हेल्थ आईडी दी जाएगी। ये हेल्थ आईडी प्रत्येक भारतीय के स्वास्थ्य खाते की तरह काम करेगी। आपके हर टेस्ट, हर बीमारी, आपको किस डॉक्टर के पास कौन सी दवा ली थी, उनका क्या डायग्नोसिस था, कब दी थी, आपकी रिपोर्ट क्या थी, ये सारी जानकारी इस एक हेल्थ आईडी में आपको समाहित की जाएगी.
The Prime Minister also announced that the country has made plans for mass-producing COVID-19 vaccine once scientists give a green signal. Mr. Modi said the country has prepared a roadmap to ensure that a COVID-19 vaccine reaches everyone in the shortest possible time.
भारत में 3 वैक्सीन उसके टेस्टिंग के अलग-अलग चरण में है. वैज्ञानिकों से जब हरी झंडी मिल जाएगी, बड़े पैमाने पर प्रोडक्शन होगा और तेजी से प्रोडक्शन के साथ वैक्सीन हर भारतीय तक कम से कम समय में कैसे पहुंचे, उसका खाका भी तैयार है, उसका रूपरेखा भी तैयार है.
The sustained decline in the COVID-19 fatality rate in the country has made India one of the countries with the lowest COVID-related mortality across the world. The fatality rate stands at 1.93% in the country. Union Health Ministry said this is a result of coordinated efforts of the centre, state and union territories governments, which have led to a continuous decline in the mortality rate. Over 53,000 people in the country got cured and returned home in the last 24 hours. With this, the cumulative recoveries from COVID-19 in the country inched closer to touch the 2 million mark. India has exceeded 3 crore tests for COVID-19, focusing on timely and aggressive testing. The Health Ministry said enhanced and timely testing is not only keeping the positivity rate low, but also the fatality rate low. It said aggressive testing leads to early identification and isolation of COVID-19 positive cases. Testing coupled with efficient clinical treatment is helpful in bringing the fatality rate down.
Mizoram government has announced total lockdown within the municipal area of Aizawl with immediate effect till 4:30 a.m. of 21st of this month. An official statement said the decision was taken this evening to check the spread of COVID-19 and enable frontline workers to do more widespread surveillance, especially that of secondary contacts. Officials said with this order, no entry and outgoing movement will be allowed through the periphery of Aizawl municipal area. However, movement for essential services including police, medical staff, media, milk distribution will be allowed. In Bihar, the number of COVID-19 cases has risen to over 1 lakh, with reporting of 2,187 fresh cases during the past 24 hours. The total number of cases has risen to 1,04,093 in the state. Bihar has become 8th state in the country to cross the 1 lakh mark of COVID patients.
Odisha has achieved a significant milestone in its fight against COVID-19 by conducting 1 lakh sample tests during the last 48 hours. Odisha's tally of coronavirus positive cases has reached 60,050, with the state reporting a single-day spike of 2,924 cases yesterday. 42,277 infected persons have also recovered, leaving behind 17,377 active cases. We have a report.
Amid the daily surge in positive cases, the state government has gone into an overdrive in Delhi tests as well. This has led to better infection discovery, paving the way for strategizing the isolation and treatment of the new cases. Ganjam district, which was the toughest corona hotspot in the state a couple of weeks ago, now leads the test tally with 14953 sample tests in just 2 days. A positive outcome of the ramping up of tests has made Ganjam report a falling trend in positivity rates, now down to 3.6%, against the state equivalent of 5.5% as on Sunday. Besides, the COVID care architecture in the state has also been able to pin the case fatalities down to 0.58%, the lowest in the country thus far. Girish Chandra Das, EIR News, Bhubaneswar.
In Karnataka, 43,626 COVID-19 tests were conducted across the state during the last 24 hours, of which 7,040 new COVID-19 positive cases were reported in the state. So far, the state has conducted 20,37,386 tests. Among the new cases, Bengaluru city reported the highest number of 2,131 cases, followed by Mysuru with 620, Belagavi 478 and Bellary 381. Our correspondent reports 124 COVID patients lost their lives and the total number of deaths have increased to 3,947.
The state recovery rate stands at 62.34% and the fatality rate is 1.74%. As of now, 81,512 corona active patients are taking treatment in various hospitals in the state. Among them, 692 patients are in ICU. Meanwhile, the Karnataka State Health Minister B. Sriramulu was discharged from the government-run Bowring and Lady Curzon Medical College and Research Institute in Bengaluru yesterday after recovering from COVID-19. The Health Minister had tested positive for the COVID-19 on August 9. R. Murthy, AIR News, Bengaluru.
Tamil Nadu government has decided to throw open the state-run liquor retail outlets within Chennai Corporation limits from tomorrow. They are currently barred in the state capital city limits due to the COVID-19-led restrictions. The shops have been kept open in other parts of the state since May 7th. Our correspondent reports Tamil Nadu Health Department has decided to introduce a post-COVID wellness clinic in Chennai.
It is being discussed hotly by physicians about the after effects of COVID-19. In many cases, the recovered patients report about other health issues that may be pre-existing or emerged after the COVID-19 recovery. To have a follow-up on such cases, the Tamil Nadu Health Department has decided to introduce a post-COVID wellness clinic in Chennai and Madurai, as informed by the State Principal Secretary Health, Dr. J. Radhakrishnan. Talking to reporters in Madurai yesterday, he said the recovered patients would be screened on the 7th, 14th and the 28th day after their recovery to see if they have any other complications and to provide treatment wherever required. This may also help in a better understanding of the after effects of the viral infection so that a clear perspective on the pandemic could be evolved. Jay Singh, AR News, Chennai.
In Gujarat, 1,120 new cases of COVID-19 were recorded yesterday. Meanwhile, the recovery rate has improved to 78.06%. More details from our correspondent.
More than 13,12,000 tests have been carried out in the state. Record 50,560 tests were carried out yesterday. Total cases of COVID-19 in the state have gone up to 78,783. Out of 14,500 active cases in the state, the conditions of 82 patients are serious. The total patients recovered from COVID-19 have gone up to 61,496. 20 patients have lost their lives yesterday, taking the total death due to COVID-19 in the state up to 2,787. Meanwhile, Gujarat government has decided to penalize the shop owner and mall manager with a customer if the customer is found without wearing a mask. Similarly, if a passenger is found without a mask, the rickshaw, auto or cab driver will be penalized with the passenger. Yogesh Pandya, AR News, Ahmedabad.
You're listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Monsoon session of Parliament witnessed many first-time measures in view of COVID-19. Government says Corona warriors will be the first ones to get vaccine after its launch. Mizoram government announces total lockdown within the municipal area of Aizawl till 21st of August. High-speed 4G mobile network services restored in Gandarbal and Udhampur districts of Jammu and Kashmir on trial basis. Indian Railways constructing the world's tallest Pier bridge across River Ijai in Manipur. Israel and UAE start direct telephone services between the two countries, and IMD issues red alert for extremely heavy rainfall in Pune and Satara districts of Maharashtra. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Welcome back. High-speed mobile internet services have been restored on a trial basis in two districts of Jammu and Kashmir. The high-speed mobile data services were restored in Gandarbal district of Kashmir and Udhampur district of Jammu region last night. An order to this effect was issued by Jammu and Kashmir Home Department yesterday. This order will remain valid till September 8th next month. The order said that high-speed internet will be provided to post-paid subscribers, while prepaid customers will be able to enjoy the benefit of the services only after completing the verification process. The rest of Jammu and Kashmir will enjoy only 2G services. The resumption of 4G internet services on mobile devices comes days after the centre informed Supreme Court that a special committee looking into the matter is considering allowing the facility on a trial basis in two districts of the Union Territory. Internet services were snapped in Jammu and Kashmir before the centre's announcement on August 5th last year that the special status of the state would be abrogated and it would be split into two union territories. Later, low-speed internet services were restored in Jammu and Kashmir. In Jammu and Kashmir, a major tragedy was averted after security forces recovered an improvised explosive device IED near Tujan village in Pulwama district last night. IGP Kashmir Vijay Kumar said that the IED recovered was planted by terrorists under a bridge near Tujan village. This is a road between Tujan and Dalwan. The timely action by the alert security forces have helped in averting a major catastrophe. Massive manhunt has been launched to nab the terrorists who were involved in planting the IED.
Indian Railways is constructing the world's tallest pier bridge in Manipur. The bridge, which is being constructed across River Ijai near Noni, is an engineering marvel because the tallest pier height will be 141 meters. It will surpass the existing record of 139 meters of Mala Rijeka Viaduct, Montenegro in Europe. The Manipur Bridge is located in the hilly terrain of Marangching village in Noni district, about 65 kilometers west of Imphal. The total estimated cost of the bridge is 280 crore rupees and it will be completed by March 2022. The bridge is a part of Jiribam Tupul Imphal New BG Line project. The total length of the bridge will be 703 meters. The piers of the bridge are constructed using hydraulic augers. The tallest piers needed specially designed slip form technique to ensure efficient and continual construction. Road and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari will lay the foundation stone for 13 highways projects in Manipur through video conferencing this morning. He will also inaugurate a road safety project in the state during the event. Under the highways project, over 3,000 crore rupees will be spent for development of 316 kilometers roads in the state. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh will preside over the function and his cabinet colleagues will also attend the function. A report from our correspondent.
Under the new highways project, 11 projects will be taken up by National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited, which have a total length of around 165 kilometers with the project cost of over 2,086 crore rupees. It will include 4 laning of some sections of Imphal to More Road, which is the major road connecting to Southeast Asian countries. Moreover, 2-lane roads will be constructed in Churasanpur district and widening of various inter-district roads in the state will be done. Manipur State Public Works Department has been given tasks of restoration and rehabilitation of around 151 kilometers long road and road safety works in the state with the project cost of over 126 crore rupees. JJ Thoksom from Imphal for AIR News.
Government has proposed stricter norms for construction machinery to ensure greater safety on highways. This includes features like machine-mounted audible travel alarms, requirements for operator station and maintenance areas, non-metallic fuel tank and wider operator visibility for construction equipment machinery. Road Transport and Highways Ministry has come out with a draft notification for construction equipment vehicles that address issues of safety requirements while such machines are running on public roads along with other vehicles. The ministry said currently certain safety requirements are already mandated for such vehicles in Central Motor Vehicles rules, but the proposed notification aims to introduce Automotive Industry Standard AIS 160 to introduce various safety requirements. Construction equipment vehicles are extensively used for carrying out various infrastructure projects. Government has invited suggestions from stakeholders and people on the proposed safety norms within 30 days. Ladakh National Cadet Corps NCC is all set to upgrade from a company to a major unit. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has cleared the decks for a major expansion of NCC in 173 border and coastal districts. Upgradation of Ladakh NCC Company as major unit will impact the training to the cadets in border areas. Army will provide necessary training and administrative support to the NCC and will introduce discipline in lifestyle, exposure to the youth to motivate them to join the armed forces like Army, Navy or the Air Force. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Ladakh NCC has proposed for an allocation of 920 additional senior division and senior wing vacancies and 800 junior level vacancies. At present, Ladakh NCC has 200 senior division, senior wing and 1200 junior level cadets. When the additional allocations are also affected, Ladakh NCC will have a strong 1120 senior level and 2000 junior level strength in the region. At present, in Leh district, expansion is proposed in 11 educational institutes including 8 government higher secondary schools, EJM College, Kendriya Vidyalaya, CIBS as well as Khalsi Higher Secondary School. Similarly, in Kargil district, 2 government higher secondary schools, Kargil Degree College, Motahari Public School. Government Ashram Higher Secondary School will have NCC. In addition to it, Government Higher Secondary School in Kargil, Chanigund, Suru Valley Public School, Jafaria Academy of Modern School also proposed to the list. Ramesh Chandra, All India Radio News, Leh.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in this country and abroad in the Man Ki Baat program on All India Radio on the 30th of this month. It will be the 68th episode of the monthly radio program. Mr. Modi has invited people to share their ideas for the upcoming episode of Man Ki Baat. People can dial 1-800-11-7800 to record their messages and can write on the Namo app, Open Forum or on MyGov. People can also give a missed call on 1922 and follow the link received in SMS to directly give their suggestions. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India and Mauritius enjoy a unique friendship based on shared cultural and linguistic heritage and robust cooperation in many areas. In a tweet, Mr. Modi thanked Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind K. Jugnauth for greetings on the Independence Day. Mr. Modi was responding to the Prime Minister Jugnauth's greetings to him on India's 74th Independence Day, which was celebrated on Saturday.
Israel and UAE have started direct telephone services between the two countries following their agreement to normalize relations. The countries' foreign ministers called each other and exchanged greetings following the historic peace accord. Over an hour later, Emirati officials acknowledged that Foreign Minister Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan had called his Israeli counterpart Gabi Ashkenazi. The Israelis later acknowledged the call as well, saying the block had been lifted from the Emirati side. Israel Foreign Minister tweeted that the two sides decided together on the establishment of a direct communication channel ahead of their signing of the normalization agreement between the two countries and to meet soon. Somali Special Forces said they have ended a siege at a hotel in the capital Mogadishu that was stormed by Al-Shabaab gunmen. At least 10 people are reported to have been killed at the elite hotel in the Lido beach areas, plus an unknown number of attackers. Somali terror group Al-Shabaab has claimed responsibility for the attack, which began when a car bomb was detonated at the gates of the elite hotel yesterday. 4 hours later, the government spokesman tweeted that the siege was over and all the gunmen had been killed.
India Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for extremely heavy rainfall in Pune and Satara districts of Maharashtra today. The forecast also predicted heavy rainfall in Mumbai, Raigad and Palghar today. However, the intensity of rain will reduce from tomorrow. We have a report.
The IMD classifies minimum 204.5 mm rainfall in 24 hours as extremely heavy. A red alert requires authorities to take preventive steps to minimize damage. An IMD official said rest of the region is expected to receive heavy to very heavy rainfall at isolated places during the week. Heavy rainfall in catchment areas of various dams in western Maharashtra has prompted authorities to release water from them. Water from Koyna Dam in Satara district is being released at the rate of 52,146 cusecs in the downstream Koyna River. The dam is currently filled to 86% of its total capacity. Sonali Ghadiyar Patil, AIR News, Mumbai.
In North India, rain lashed Rajasthan, Uttarakhand and part of Uttar Pradesh yesterday. In Odisha, heavy to very heavy rainfall coupled with strong surface wind is likely to persist in many parts till today under the impact of the low-pressure area, which has now weakened and lies over Jharkhand and its neighbouring areas. The Met Centre has forecast the likelihood of the formation of another low-pressure area over North Bay of Bengal towards August the 19th. Chhattisgarh government has also issued directives to district officials to remain alert to deal with a possible flood-like situation. Incessant rain over the last 24 hours has thrown life out of gear in parts of southern Chhattisgarh, disrupting road traffic, inundating many villages as rivers and rivulets are in spate. The road connectivity between several places snapped due to heavy rainfall. Bijapur, Sukma and other districts of Bastar region are facing a flood-like situation due to heavy rainfall. Many parts of Bijapur, Sukma and Mahasamund districts have been cut off from their district headquarters. Water levels in many rivers in Bastar, including Mingachal and Shabri, are on the rise. Rescue operations have been launched in the affected areas.
In Telangana, the incessant rain lashing several parts of the state for the past 4 to 5 days caused flooding of low-lying areas in many districts. hundreds of people have been stranded. The situation is severe, especially in North and East Telangana districts. Our correspondent has filed this report.
The swollen river Godavari is flowing at 58.1 feet against the danger level 53 feet at Bhadrachalam this morning, posing severe threat of flooding many villages, especially those on both the sides of the river. The authorities are round the clock monitoring the situation and people living in low-lying areas have been evacuated. In Khammam district, the swollen Munneru river disrupted the interstate road link with Andhra Pradesh as a portion of Khammam-Bonakal main road got damaged. In Warangal, residential colonies in urban areas have been badly flooded. 3 disaster management teams along with 2 boats and other relief material have been sent. Meanwhile, the authorities at all districts and municipal areas have been put on high alert as the Met officials forecast heavy rains for 2 more days. Lakshmi, AR News, Hyderabad.
And now let us take a look at today's weather update. The national capital Delhi may witness generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature was recorded at 27 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 36 degrees. Mumbai will experience a generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The minimum temperature was 27 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 31 degrees. Chennai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. The temperature will hover between 27 and 33 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have generally partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperatures will be around 27 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be around 33 degrees. On to the north, in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature in Jammu was 26 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be around 35 degrees Celsius. The city may have a thunderstorm with rain. In Srinagar, the minimum temperature was 20 degrees while the maximum will be around 35 degrees Celsius. The city will have a mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. In Gilgit, the temperature will hover between 20 and 40 degrees Celsius. The city too may have a mainly clear sky. In Muzaffarabad, partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm today is expected. The minimum temperature was 23 degrees Celsius while the maximum temperature will be around 36 degrees. The Indo-Tibetan Border Police, ITBP, has launched a Fit India Freedom Run at all its border posts and formations in the country. The campaign is aimed to generate awareness among the masses for Fit India. During this campaign, its troops and officers will undertake a 10-kilometer walk.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. With efforts towards COVID-19 vaccines building up, the Hindustan Times informs India eyes global frontrunners in vaccine plan. Key meet today. Expert committee will hold discussions with Indian pharma companies. COVID-19 pandemic teaching new ways of business. The Pioneer informs of hectic preparations to conduct the monsoon session of Parliament in line with standard operating procedures, SOP. In a first, MPs to sit in chambers and galleries for session from mid-September. With teaching coding to kids online being the new trend, the Business Standard informs coding edtech startup growing at 150% has 3 million registered users. Staying the global course, White Hat Junior looks overseas. With an eye on harnessing youth power, training manpower for disaster management and the youth getting skill training for making a career in the armed forces, the Tribune states NCC expansion in coastal border areas. With online shopping being the new buzzword, Amazon, Flipkart expect big jump in festive sales. The Economic Times writes, sales may double in some segments as consumers prefer to shop online.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Monsoon session of Parliament to witness many first-time measures in view of COVID-19. Government says Corona warriors will be the first ones to get vaccine after its launch. Mizoram government announces total lockdown within the municipal area of Aizawl till 21st of August. High-speed 4G mobile internet services restored in Ganderbal and Udhampur districts of Jammu and Kashmir on trial basis. Indian Railways constructing the world's tallest pier bridge across River Ijai in Manipur. Israel and UAE start direct telephone services between the two countries, and IMD issues red alert for extremely heavy rainfall in Pune and Satara districts of Maharashtra. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.